What is up, and welcome to SGPN's Daily Dog. I'm here with my favorite Underdog Fantasy pick and plays for Tuesday, April 6th or May 6th, 2025. I'm Britton Hess. I didn't say that. If you're new to the show, check it out. Give me a subscription. Hit subscribe on your podcast app or on the YouTube. By the way, I should do a better job promoting that. I don't ask people to rate, review, subscribe, all that other stuff. Help the show grow, giving out winning slips basically every single day. So if you like the show, if you enjoy the show, feel free to help spread the word with a rating or a review, and obviously subscribe. Give me, or if you're new to Underdog, sign up for promo code Daily Dog, DAILYE. Oh my God, I can't spell. Daily Dog, DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app. Get a 50% deposit match bonus worth up to $1,000. And also, I got to say, if you're not a new member of Underdog and you're an existing member, open up that app, see what's on there, because they're giving out promos left and right during the playoffs. The extender is going on in NBA, which means if you use your 40% boost, you get a 50, 60, 70. It goes all the way up to 100% if we get a game 7. So it's a beautiful promo. Also, I see some discount tokens available. Yesterday, I had a 60% profit boost available. It just depends on what you got. So check it out. If you've got them, use them. We got to open the app to find out. If you don't use the app for a few days, I mean, this might be a little bit insider information. Don't use the app for a few days, you might get a bonus that comes your way. I don't have any inside information on how that works. Just a little observation from when I've been on vacations or been in other states where I don't have Underdog available. But let's get into it. We were crushing the MLB entries yesterday. Let's do it again today. We're going to start out back down in Miami. We're going Freddie Freeman higher than 0.5 RBIs versus Cal Quantrill and the Marlins. Quantrill, not that good. Freddie Freeman has crushed him over the course of his career. Freeman is very familiar with him. Over the course of his what the frick? Oh, I need to scroll up on my list. Sorry. Over the course of his career, he has hit very well against Cal Quantrill. He's got 9 hits on 17 at-bats with a triple and 2 doubles. Give me Freddie Freeman higher than 0.5 RBIs in this matchup. Obviously, there's going to be base runners on ahead of him. And also, he can hit home runs as he did yesterday, 350 home run club. Welcome to it, Freddie Freeman. Then I'm going to take Austin Riley higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Austin Riley against a lefty. You love to see it. Austin Riley is a guy that we are going to be targeting here in this matchup against the Reds. He's facing off against Andrew Abbott, who's had a good year. He's never faced him before, so maybe this thing starts slow. It might take his second or third time through the order before he gets a beat on what Abbott does, but he usually sees lefties pretty well after he sees them a time or two. So Freddie Freeman higher than 0.5 RBIs. Austin Riley higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, 2.64x multiplier. MLB entry number 2, we are going to be digging in to Christian Yelich higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs for the Milwaukee Brewers against the I almost said Tennessee Astros, Houston Astros, and Hayden Wesneski. Wesneski's been okay this year, but again, lefty versus righty. I think Yelich is going to contribute to the stat sheet here. And then I'm going to pair this with Alec Burleson higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Alec Burleson higher than 1.5 hits or RBIs. He has hit extremely well against Paul Skeens. I know everyone thinks Skeens shuts everyone down. He doesn't. Burleson is 5 of 12 in this lineup or in this matchup, all singles, but getting on base is half the battle, or if he drives someone home. So Alec Burleson higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Christian Yelich higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs is a very nice 3.57x multiplier. Good value on that one. Let's get into the NBA. We're going to go to NBA entry number 1. We're going to start with Evan Mobley higher than 17.5 points against against the Pacers. Mobley's been consistently scoring around 20 points per game. 17.5 is still too low here. Give me Evan Mobley higher than 17.5 points. I believe in the big man for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think they right the ship tonight against the Pacers. Another game 1, Anthony Edwards higher than 28.5 points against the Warriors. There's clips going around Twitter. Years ago, he called for a matchup against Draymond Green and this Warriors team. Well, he gets to do it. He gets to do it at home. Game 1, I think that he sends a message early. Don't necessarily think this is going to be a straightforward series for the T-Wolves, despite what their odds will tell you. But I do think Anthony Edwards is going to bring it every single game, starting with game 1 right here. So Evan Mobley higher than 17.5 points. Anthony Edwards higher than 28.5 points is a 3x multiplier. Again, I think that both these series are going to go pretty long. I do think that the Cavs get it back on track, and I do think game 1 probably does go with the favorites here in Minnesota. NBA entry number 2, Jarrett Allen, higher than 11.5 boards. The man is a board master, board machine. That's what he's out there to do. I think that is going to be a big part of how this team gets back on track, is because the guy, Jarrett Allen, is going to be controlling the rebounds and be occupying space underneath that basket. Game 1, he only had 5 boards. I don't look for that to happen again. I think that he's going to get back into that 12, 13, 14, 15 point range or rebound range once again. And then I'm going to pair that with Brandin Podziemski, higher than 2.5 3-pointers made for the Warriors. He's hot and cold. We saw Buddy Hield go off last game. It's Podziemski's time to be that third scorer, and he's going to do it with the 3-pointer. This is a 4.08x multiplier. NHL entry number 1. We got more NHL playoffs. You got to love it. NHL playoffs rule. I'm going to take Frederik Andersen, higher than 2.5 goals against in Washington. I think the Capitals win this game at home. I don't think they should be underdogs at home in game 1 of this series. I think Frederik Andersen's obviously very good, but man, the Capitals can score the puck. They got the best scorer to ever do it. So yeah, they can take care of business here. Pairing that with Leon Draisaitl, higher than 0.5 goals. He is the leading goal man in the NHL and on the Oilers for a reason. Give me Leon Draisaitl, higher than 0.5 goals against VGK on the road. I don't know if they win game 1, but I do think that our man Draisaitl is going to contribute. 3.48x multiplier on that one. NHL entry number 2. We're going to go with Alex Ovechkin, higher than 0.5 goals. Again, I said that we're probably going to get 3 goals allowed or more by Frederik Andersen. If that happens, Ovi is probably going to have his hand on at least one of those pucks or on his stick that goes onto one of those pucks before it goes in the net. Give me Ovechkin, higher than 0.5 goals. And then Tomas Hertl, lesser known man on VGK, obviously compared to Jack Eichel, but he is an extremely important contributor to this team, higher than 0.5 points. A goal or an assist, either way, it doesn't matter. Just help the guys out. That is a 2.69x multiplier. Let's go to the pitchers entries. Pitchers entry number 1, going a little counter here. I'm taking Zach Wheeler plus Drew Rasmussen, higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. I know the conditions down in Tampa are going to be good for hitting. Rasmussen can give up. He's given up a long ball in each of his last 2 games. There's obviously power at the top of the Phillies order. And meanwhile, Zach Wheeler, when he gets beat, it usually goes yard. I mean, it's not Zach Wheeler's probably still going to have a dominant performance. I mean, that's what he does. But that doesn't mean he can't give up a home run to one of those big bats at the top of the lineup for the Tampa Bay Rays. Higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed in that Phillies-Rays game. Then I'm going to go Emerson Hancock plus Jeffrey Springs, late night, higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed in the Mariners against the Athletics game. A lot of good bats in this Athletics lineup. You don't even know about it. I mean, obviously Lawrence Butler, Brent Rooker, 2 legends of this show, but the younger guys are coming along. The young guys are contributing. I think there's a lot of ways for them to score here. Obviously the home run is the big one. And then on the other side, obviously huge bats in the lineup for Mariners. You can get a home run off Jeffrey Springs. So higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed there. That's a 2.93x multiplier between those 2 games. Pitchers entry number 1, Sean Burke plus Seth Lugo, higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed in this White Sox Royals game. These offenses stink. I mean, actually, I think that there's a little bit of optimism for the White Sox offense, to be honest. But I mean, they're not a good team. But I think Seth Lugo is a good enough pitcher to navigate that first inning. Meanwhile, it's like Bobby Witt or bust for the offense in the top of the first, or in the bottom of the first inning for the Royals. So I like our chance of getting lower there. Then I do like higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed in Cade Povich versus Pablo Lopez in that Orioles versus Twins game. Lopez is probably not going to do it, but I think Cade Povich could get into trouble early. It's a really tricky order to start the game out against versus the Twins. They don't always stay hot, but they've got a lot of good bats. So I'm going to take that one. That's a 3x multiplier. Lotto entry number 1, Mike Yastrzemski, higher than 1.5 total bases. Why am I targeting Matt Yastrzemski on here? Mike Yastrzemski here. Because he has hit extremely well in this matchup against Colin Ray. He is 3 of 5 with 2 home runs and a double. He's only getting extra base hits in here. It's not a huge sample size, but again, I think Yastrzemski leading off usually as against a righty, good spot to kick off this entry with a little enhanced multiplier. Then I'm going to pair that with Anthony Edwards, higher than 4.5 3-pointers made, as I already said. I think that he is going to send a message here. And then Tom Wilson, higher than 1.5 points for the Capitals. He's going to get some assists. Maybe he'll get in a goal. I think that Tom Wilson, I'm calling my shot with him having a very big game in game 1 here. He's a kind of unsung hero when on a team with Ovechkin, Stroman, all those other guys. But Give me Tom Wilson higher than 1.5 points, Anthony Edwards higher than 4.5 3-pointers, Mike Yastrzemski higher than 1.5 total bases for a 21.75x multiplier. Or if you flex it, you should flex it 10.87x/3.09x if it goes 2 out of 3. Dong Squad, Shohei Ohtani hits well in South Beach. Let's go. Jackson Chourio higher than 0.5 home runs as well. Jonathan Aranda higher than 0.5 home runs in those good hitting conditions against Zach Wheeler. 93.35x multiplier if it goes 3 out of 3. Flex it, you get 46.67x or 9.48x if it goes 2 out of 3. That's what we got to do. Got to flex these Dong Squads. All right, that's all I got for you today. Good luck on your entries, and let's make some money.